Introduction. The ability to communicate with each other is a rather beneficial skill. However, it is essential to remember that there are several different types of communication, and one should be aware of the social functions of each and develop various social skills. The purpose of this paper is to define the concept of communication and then compare and contrast interpersonal and intrapersonal communication. Defining communication. There are several definitions of communications, but all of them are relatively similar. According to Merriam-Webster, it is the process of using words, sounds, signs, or behaviors to express or exchange information to someone else. There are different types of communication, including written, verbal, visual, interpersonal, and intrapersonal. It is possible to say that comparing and contrasting the last two forms may be extremely important. Interpersonal communication. Interestingly, interpersonal communication always occurs between two or more people. As noticed by researchers, humans spend more time engaged in interpersonal communication than the other forms of communication. It can be nonverbal and verbal, with facial expressions and body language involved. The essence of this act is in the necessity of a message being transmitted by a sender and received by a receiver. Intrapersonal communication. At the same time, intrapersonal communication lacks one component necessary for the previous type. As defined by researchers, intrapersonal communication is communication with oneself using internal vocalization or reflective thinking. Consequently, the same person is the sender and receiver of their own thoughts. The main purposes of this type of communication are achieving social adjustment, maintaining self-concept, or processing emotions. Comparing and contrasting the two types. Thus, the main difference between the two types of communication is that the interpersonal one requires at least two people, while the intrapersonal one occurs within one individual. Their similar functions include making plans, expressing emotions, and thinking through something alone or with others. Further, the unique goals of intrapersonal communication are self-reflection or getting closer to one's own feelings, while interpersonal one may be aimed at sharing experiences with other people. After studying these types, I would define communication as a process of sharing ideas or expressing emotions within oneself or with other individuals. Conclusion. To conclude, one may say that both types of communication are extremely important for people. Despite their differences, they also have some similarities, and one of them is that both interpersonal and intrapersonal communication serve essential social functions. It is recommended that everyone develop their communication skills and be able to effectively share ideas with other people or themselves. You can find this and many other essay samples on our website, studycorgi.com.